a bit under a minute and a half away.
Yeah, I was gonna hit record when it was like 5 minutes, but then we had the whole tangent about about the buyout and cloud gaming and all that.
Sure, that's how I'm introducing all the people that watch this when they see it on YouTube to our conversation. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yep.
I mean, maybe just a commentary format could work. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I do know channels that basically do like news.
Yeah,
where they have a series of people and they discuss issues. I mean, Linus from Linus Media Group does that every Friday. So, and he's not the only one.
Well, I mean,
but
yeah, I mean, it could be an interesting format to maybe look at somewhere down the line. I don't know. It's just
actually
popped in my head.
Like creating like a group to do something like that, but I never went through with it.
Oh.
It's a lot of work to do it every week.
I'd be down for it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I might recreate it sometime.
Hang on, let me turn this up a little bit.
Angel.
Oh wow. They obviously didn't think about the bitrate here.
Oh, okay. I just had a tweet pop up from the Xbox Twitter, and the show's under 90 minutes long. Yeah.
Good.
I talked to my older sister yesterday, like just for the Ubisoft Direct and Ubisoft Forward show, and she was hyped about Fable. Well, I don't know.
I definitely want to see what it's like, but
I don't know if it was before or after, but yeah, worth mentioning anyway.
I mean, I remember playing the old Fables, so. I also heard some people really, really hyped for the new Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah. Actually, is that supposed to be an update, or are they just doing it as a whole new game?
It's hard to say, but they do call it 2024, so. And it looks like it definitely overhauled the original, so.
Yeah.
Oh, though I did hear some bad news on Persona 3 Reload.
That it's not going to be using the stuff from the further release versions.
Welcome to the Xbox Games Showcase Extended. My name is Tina Amini, and I'm here to dive a little bit more into the games you saw at our recent Xbox Games Showcase. Showcase featured 27 ambitious games, all coming to Xbox. Games like Clockwork Revolution from In Exile Entertainment, Fable from Playground Games, and from our partners, Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom. Today, we'll take a closer look at some other games from our showcase lineup and introduce you to some more games too. We've got the game director of Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment breaking down the game's trailer, and the game director of Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Gameworks is here to tell us about their newest update. You'll also hear from Sarah Bond, head of the gaming ecosystem organization.
Okay. There must be a huge update if they're going on today to talk about Hi-Fi Rush.
Visions to Xbox and Game Pass.
Well, that's good. A lot of people like that.
Well, yeah, like it was a fully featured game but a fully featured game at a budget-friendly price on Game Pass. That shadow dropped without any marketing beforehand.
To welcome you to this exclusive Xbox store over Black Market, one of the locations in
Unfortunately, I'm no good at rhythm games, so I never played it.
2077 Phantom Liberty.
I feel ya.
It's weird. I can actually play the drums, but I can't play a rhythm game.
Hi, WAP.
This is Black
How you doing?
A location where you as a player, as a mercenary, you can obtain unique cyberware and weapons, things that you cannot find anywhere in this world. Dogtown is a part of Night City.
Apparently they're completely overhauling Cyberpunk, like in a free update.
Attracting all kinds of
well, this is everything they add with the Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, like
that on a non-maelstromer.
Yeah.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out.
Yeah, it's like not only are they doing the DLC release, but they're basically changing the entirety of the game.
Secrets to find, Easter eggs.
I mean, they've pretty much overhauled it graphically already.
Yeah.
So this is just adding more.
In Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a leader of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
How you doing,
Oh, obviously someone needing of killing.
Isn't there always?
In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see. The Black Market also
He seems the kind of guy who gives hugs.
They are some of the most powerful,
very violent hugs, probably.
Much more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit and gives you new abilities to deliver more thrilling gameplay experiences, like the air dash or the ability to see the enemies through the walls, or change your appearance to lose the heat. The Borges is the authorities of Dogtown, and they are more dangerous than NCPD. When you as a player commit crimes in Dogtown, they are the guys who are going to chase you. We have completely overhauled the police.
They seem nice.
Police actions are more believable, dynamic, and diverse. The team has been working
I already play with mods that do
to
that.
deliver you more deeper and meaningful experience, and I really cannot wait for you to find out more this September. See you in Dogtown.
We're not done talking about CD Projekt Red's next dive into the story between V and Johnny just yet. In fact, we're here with the voice and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you.
Bring
It's
out
a
the big
pleasure
guns.
to be here.
Likewise. Well, Phantom Liberty
Bring out the
introduces
reason
us to
people
an
got hyped for the game back in
Night City.
2019.
It's called Dogtown.
Other than
It's
it being
devastating
from, at the
place
time,
controlled
the
by
perfect
militia.
developer,
But I
the
think
perfect
you
dev
know more
team.
about it than I do. So how would you describe it to players?
Night City has its own kind of levels to it, and I think Dogtown is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it, and this undercurrent of kind of violence, you know, like, and struggle.
That sounds like all of
You know,
Night City, Johnny.
Can I swear?
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
And I'm totally calling him
like
Johnny.
the tagline.
We're talking about,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
it's just, you know,
Cyberpunk.
I mean, hopefully it'll be
Yeah.
fun for people to,
I mean, that makes sense.
to play there.
It's hard to believe that there's an underbelly to the underbelly
Yes,
that
that's
is Night
good.
City, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
scared. but in a good way.
No, it's a good way. I mean, we're all kind of
Sure.
drawn to. We're all moths. To
I mean,
the
if
flame,
it's
aren't we?
if it is the underbelly, then it would just be the
V,
guts.
so that certainly
Yeah.
gives me the confidence.
Yeah, V's a survivor.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
You know.
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown too, so we got a little bit of that
Cool.
ambiance, and we can see what the environment is like. People are getting beat up. It's not good.
It's yeah.
It's not the friendliest place to be. You gotta be prepared for it, truly.
Yeah.
But in our tour, we also hear a recording from a Colonel Kurt Hansen. Who's this guy? Because he seems pretty dangerous too.
Yeah, that guy. No, I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's
My
good. You know,
inner-
we know the tone
I'm
now.
calling you
Yeah.
Johnny
Well, I mean,
anyways.
he's ex-military, military too, ruthless, power hungry, manipulative.
apparently we do fight him.
And Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. I mean, Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I don't know about this guy.
Someday I wanna get back into the
we know him
game.
to be opinionated. He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077 in the Man campaign. But as we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too. He can actually be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun. He is outspoken.
He's a really
he
big
is
dick
a little
at the
grumpy,
start.
and he has a right to be.
But,
he's been used. He's been
at the end,
abused,
he's
been
a lot better.
abandoned, and I think
Huh.
that through that kind of hardness
He's
on
grown.
his outside.
From what I've
There
played,
is a
I only got up to the
vulnerability
point
to
where I
it, and I
first,
think
well, basically
what's
first,
great about it
just
is
after I
I get
first,
to play that character
yeah,
in so
first
many
came
different
across
ways,
him.
and so the range of it is cool.
And especially for the player,
There's
you
so
get to
much
see these
more.
moments in flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly, of his
So
surroundings.
you've seen him
Well,
in
let's not
dick
get carried
phase.
away. I mean,
But you'll see
we
him a
start
little
talking
better
about nature
later.
and nurture.
Huh.
I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny, but
Still calling you Johnny.
I like his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for. He's really just looking for a fair shot, and I love that he's kind of going through music. That there's an artist side to him, and you know, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny where a tiny little thing, you know, elicits this really fun response. You can flip him off and he double birds you back. Like, I love those kind of moments.
Or rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into Phantom Liberty is his dynamic with Solomon Reed. So what can you tell me about
When I get the
Johnny's
chance, I'm gonna have to
relationship with
ask
Elba's character?
the niece about
Solomon
what popped up
has
for her
some
during
things in
the
common with
the
John,
main
the
Xbox
sense of
showcase.
The military, the sense of being used, abused.
Yeah, because by the time the Ubisoft
it's a
Forward
time
was
they're
finished,
fighting for
she had
liberty.
already went home.
You know, Solomon's kind of trying to reclaim his life, you know, and Johnny's doing the same thing. You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077, so it might start off as revenge, and it might end as revenge, but I think sometimes he feels like he's lashing out at the wind, you know? And I think Solomon has been living out in the kind of the desert of his life, right? Kind of hiding and harboring.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind of soft and hard side to him as well.
So as somebody who's very familiar with thrillers, because you've starred in a few, what do you think about Phantom Liberty?
That's an understatement.
Spy thriller in particular.
The quest to understand what's going on. So, and the kind of scavenger hunt of information, the mystery, the double crossing, what is true, what's fiction, what can you count on? You can't count on anything. That is really kind of amplified.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to another Xbox presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate you showing up here today.
Oh, well, thank you.
But before
It's an
I
honor
close
to be
things
here.
out,
Yeah.
well, before I close things out, I'd love your help here, Keanu. How do you think Johnny would end this interview right now?
How?
Well,
Okay,
there's
this
a
just
lot
came
of
to
ways
mind, but
do that.
are we gonna see a physical complete
Oh, is that how Johnny
edition
would?
release?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
you, Johnny.
Nice to see
Such
you.
a pleasure to have you around. I thought you were gonna kick down the
I'm
camera
not
or
sure how they
something,
plan
you
to
see,
sell it in stores.
He's
It's technically
respectful,
DLC.
You know,
Yeah.
you're a good egg.
Though with the fact that
and I'll see you out there again soon.
that they did it with Witcher, I'm going to assume that they are going to be able to just have it have the two bundled in the disc, like no codes and all that. High on Life DLC. Actually, yeah, that would be possible given well, the DLC's 9th gen only, so they're gonna be able to actually make use of the 4K Blu-rays, even on Xbox.
High knife. Oh, what?
The world you think you live in doesn't exist.
Are we looking at Crimson Skies?
Theater.
I would go nuts if I saw that.
And if you get a glimpse behind the scenery, the stagecraft,
I guess not. Too much on foot. Too much on foot.
nothing but darkness.
You got me
And
hyped.
once perceived, it will swallow you whole. I'm in a race against this darkness. A race
Oh, it's
to
an
locate
XCOM
ancient
style.
ruin, a tower of unspeakable power.
Yeah, I'll leave this to you.
Best of the best. But they're all
That's
dead.
fine.
So I'll use you. Scoundrels, thieves, cutthroats, the best of the worst. Oh, come now. Try not to look so glum.
Who's looking
Ouch.
glum? It's neither of us are.
You're going to help me save the world.
Huh.
When it comes to RPG studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best.
You think?
From Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Pentiment, Obsidian Games have placed their stamp on the genre. Joining us today for a closer look at Avowed is game director
And
Terry Patel.
yet,
Terry, I'm
somehow
so excited
you
to have
can't
you
get the
here.
cut
We just
content
saw this
for
big
Knights of the
reveal
Old
of
Republic
Avowed,
2 on
and
the
there's
Switch.
so many little bits of information in there that I want to dig out and pick your brain
Wow.
around. But before we get
That's
into all
because
that,
there's a
I'm
lot of
assuming that you
hands
don't
in the
need to have
pie for
played
that.
Pillars 1 or 2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, like I know that there was a massive storm on Twitter with people demanding refunds from limited run games for selling them a big lie.
For people who have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general connections to the universe? And no major spoilers, of course.
Yeah. There are a couple returning characters that players might recognize from Deadfire in particular. Players who have played the original games will recognize some of the parts of the world.
Wait,
some of the
this is
factions.
a
The
follow-up to
Enduring
something?
Empire plays pretty heavily into the world of Avowed.
What was
so
that?
all of that will be familiar to returning
Avowed is
players.
apparently
We
a
do start
follow-up
to
to
see some of
something?
that Pillars universe now in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting. And
It's in the
looking
same
amazing so far.
world
But can you
as,
confirm one thing for me? Are we still in Aora?
like
We're
Deadfire?
still in Aora, and specifically we're in a region called the Living Lands. So again, returning Pillars fans will recognize the
Pillars
Living
of
Lands
Eternity.
as this otherworldly frontier. It's very remote.
I don't know.
It's relatively unknown. It's this very dramatic landscape full of all of these different valleys with these unique biomes.
It was an
and
RPG
creatures.
series.
Just a really unique visual perspective, and it's a wonderful frontiersy spot that's set for adventure. There's a lot lot that's undiscovered, and so that's the part of Eora that we're introducing players to in Avowed.
And we also see a character talking to us in the trailer. He seems like he might be a companion, because that would be a very Obsidian thing to do. So what's going on with that?
Yes, this is Kai, and he's one of the first companions you meet in the game. He's an Aumaua. That's one of the unique species of the world of Eora. And Kai, as a character, brings a balance of this really battle-hardened perspective. He's seen a lot. He's served as a soldier.
All I can think of right now are the Na'vi.
Really unique sense of humor. So he brings a spirit of levity and camaraderie.
Nothing like that.
And as he's talking to us, he's also kind of conveying, well, he's straight up saying
And
he's afraid of you. And
definitely nothing like that, given Avowed doesn't have 3 sequels that just got delayed.
So I'm curious what that means.
To the next decade.
As the player character, are we a watcher again, like in Pillars 1 and 2, or maybe we have some connections to the spirit realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities?
Yeah, like I found, I saw that on Twitter literally just before the show started.
Some of the more mysterious forces at work there. The player's also being sent as an envoy of the Adirian Empire.
There was a good reason I kept thinking Elder Scrolls when I saw
a certain
this.
sense of political urgency.
Pillars and Elder Scrolls definitely share some lineage.
We see a very concerning growth.
I was gonna say, didn't Obsidian work on one of the Fallout games? Like what but New Vegas and the original isometric Fallout games?
We also saw a lot of combat in the trailer.
I believe they did help out somehow. I'm not sure how that worked.
A ton of abilities. A lot that actually
they themselves didn't make them.
The Pillars universe too, but those were isometric top-down view games.
Oh,
and
yeah. I figured that with the marketing for the Outer Worlds 1 that they were parading around the fact that it's being made by the original Fallout dev team.
And combat abilities and player fantasies, where you can play someone who's very magically attuned, more traditional fighter or ranger, and really invest in whatever
Bethesda didn't even own the Fallout series until they bought it.
Where you can feel
yeah.
the visceral nature
So
of the attacks,
3 was the
feel
first
dynamism and the
time
momentum of
that
those
they
attacks
had
as you're executing them, and that means
and they worked with
range of options
Bethesda
like
for
dual-wielding pistols, which is one of my favorites because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional swords and
sort of follow-up,
a whole host of magical abilities,
which is not coming to me even though they just mentioned it.
Hopefully new to players as well.
Avowed?
One more question for you, because I know the audience is going to want to know this one. But just
for Fallout 3.
So it's going to be roughly comparable to something like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore at their
and I can't
pace.
just look it up on Steam.
Discovering every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to spend in the Living Lands. But
all the
I'm
time.
hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
Well, count me in as one of those players, because I definitely want to read and hear every line of dialogue, everything everyone has to tell me, and discover every inch of the Living Lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful and fun.
Thank you, Tina. This has been a pleasure.
That was just a taste of what you can expect from Obsidian Entertainment when Avowed lands next year on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
Yeah, you gotta mention Game Pass, given it's gonna be expanding out to the cloud gaming folks.
퍼스트 디센던트는 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용한 차세대 3인칭
Oh good, another looter shooter.
시리즈 X와 S, 엑스박스
It does look very pretty though.
It is Unreal 5. Free to play. Oh dear, this is doing the live service thing, isn't it?
계승자가 되어 인류의
Probably.
위해 침략자들에 맞서 싸우는 계승자는 다양하고 개성적인 컨셉과 전투 스타일을 가지고 있습니다.
Some cool characters,
계승자를
but
통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며
I think
스토리를
that's
체험하고
possibly too
다양한
big a
임무를
cast.
혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다. 또한 최대 4인 협동 플레이로 거대 보스와의 레이드를
I mean,
경험하게
how many heroes does like Valorant or Overwatch have? 2 dozen?
Oh god, all those button prompts. It makes me miss the days of the hotbar on FF14.
지금 보시는 화면은 최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의
I mean, it is a Japanese game. They like making it hard to control.
높은 퀄리티의 그래픽이 안정적으로 돌아가도록 열심히
Yeah, like on FF14, they have this option for the hotbar where you can assign essentially several different mini hotbars to the triggers, and where if you push one down, it highlights one half of it. If you hold on the other trigger, it highlights the other half, and then together it'll then together in a certain order it gives you a different hotbar entirely. Yeah. It's a lot easier when shown and not explained. Because I am terrible at explaining.
이 밖에도 피드백을 반영하여 점프 모션, 총기 사운드, UI와 UX를 지속적으로 개선해 나가고
Supposedly they improved the UI.
수 있는 시스템도 개발 중에 있습니다. 게임 사운드 또한 글로벌 유명 게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여 보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을 제공하기 위해 준비 중에 있습니다. 마지막으로 여러분께서 가장 기다리실 소식을 전해드리겠습니다. 현재 저희는 연내 출시를 목표로 하고 있으며 그에 앞서
this year,
8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서 크로스플레이 베타 테스트를 진행할 예정입니다.
Xbox One?
베타 테스트는 8월 22일부터 8월 28일까지 일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청할 수 있습니다.
Isn't it getting a little long in the tooth now?
부탁드리겠습니다. Be the first descendants.
But then again, the Series S is a mandate. And given how much more powerful that is compared to the 8th gen consoles, which is to say, barely.
We honestly started with the idea of making a game that was hopeful, that
couldn't tell you that.
For the human spirit.
Something that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore. Towerborn is that game.
Oh, this is Towerborn again.
Yeah. Probably showing a bit more that they couldn't show off before.
Action RPG. It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family. Everybody's moving through the world map together. As the players move out, they start breadcrumbing the storyline that is being told here. From the world map, into
it's
fast combat.
Might and Magic. Heroes of Might and Magic.
Resources and crafting items, and with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
Yeah, I couldn't answer that, so I'll leave that to you. But this does look really cool.
Is the player's safe haven and humanity's safe haven. The player can customize their appearance, their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and 2D. We definitely wanted to have that kind of beautiful background that you see in animated movies.
Towerborn is all about humanity's last chance at survival.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to this tower.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
Sounds great.
The most important thing about the gameplay is it's just fun. And it kind of just amplified its fun the moment you added another player. All of the players can build their character in a way that's specific to them. It just turns into this back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective, that's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
For obvious reasons.
Yes, we don't tend to live too terribly close to our friends anymore.
It's a seasonal game, which is different for us.
Players can expect
that, that and assuming development on this started just as a pandemic started, is when everyone basically had to scramble for options. Or essentially be some of the lowest selling co-op games out there. like
We had
of
to
the
find
year.
the right relationship with a publisher, and I think we found that with Xbox. They've enabled us to make the game that we want to make here. I earnestly cannot wait.
Why is
for
that
the
a
community to
cup
see
of
the game that
noodles?
we're rolling out here. Towerborn is, I really believe, something unique.
Don't care.
An upside down cup of noodles.
I want it as a plushie. Don't joke with me on this. I want it as a plushie.
There's that roar again.
You gotta protect the pit stop, please.
So 76.
That's actually I was gonna ask that. Is this 76?
Definitely 76. Yep.
I'm surprised that wasn't shown off during the Xbox show.
Hello, I'm John Rush.
They had a whole section for Fallout.
Why did you just
You
lower the volume, Microsoft?
For our Once in a Blue Moon update coming June 20th, free to play
And then
for
I think you
anyone
put
who
it back
owns
up.
Fallout 76.
You're driving me nuts. Don't do that.
The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia.
I know, I
bringing
think
with
it's
it a ton
still
of
a little
great
bit
new
low.
content for players.
Huh. Yeah, I don't get why they didn't show this off during the Xbox show.
An Ogwa to threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge.
Especially given that they were showing off Fallout 76 anyway.
We've also got two
True.
new public events, both of which give you a chance to earn caravan and cryptid themed rewards.
Maybe they decided to just do a more basic show of it earlier and do the extended to give us a better view.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that since with this being a completely different thing to the Atlantic City update.
And gives you a chance to earn cinema themed rewards.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never get what they're trying to do in Fallout
And we're not
76.
done yet. Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City, where they'll gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to win big. Do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way. Once in a Blue Moon is coming June 20th. Appalachia is coming at ya. We'll see you there.
I don't know.
What's this?
And of course, now we have more Hi-Fi Rush.
Not that anyone's complaining.
What happened now?
I will leave it to you.
Hey, I haven't really got much to say on this. All I know is that it did really, really well for a game that had no marketing, had no marketing and was basically a complete package at launch.
Yes, that is true.
Oh, now they're saying advanced notice this time. They know what they did.
Well, the developer got really pissed at them.
Oh.
We've just seen a new trailer for updates coming to Hi-Fi
I think they
Rush.
technically own the dev.
No joke, there's
But
literally
still.
Yeah, they're part of they were part of the Bethesda buyout.
Is game director John Johannes. Welcome to Showcase Extended, John.
Really glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
They have to be in there.
Yeah.
It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally. And I just thought music and action work so well together. And after I had finished working on The Evil Within 2,
That's actually worth looking into. Like, I didn't know that Tango Game were pissed about how the release was handled.
About a certain genre. We're not about making one specific
Well,
thing.
they were definitely pissed about how it got released.
We just saw
It came out that
trailer. So I'd love
they hadn't really been told how Microsoft planned to do it.
Sure. There's a lot. So
until like the last
Everything
minute.
in this mode is unlockable once you finish the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds than we've ever done in the main game.
It apparently didn't sell as well as they were hoping.
Power Up, which is a new sort of randomized spin on the Rhythm Tower mode that we had in the original game. And included in this mode are 5 new original songs,
it sold okay,
as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system for unlocking upgrades and
well, that's a surprise given that on Twitter, like not long after the game came out,
to unpack there, but let's
like it had so much positive feedback from people who did play it, like to the point where it was
that is very true.
Where people were even saying it basically dunked on Forspoken.
And in the game, we kind of said all
but
that.
since it didn't get like a physical release
but this mode really
or any sort of marketing that the average person saw, it didn't get nearly as many people to buy it as they were hoping.
The combat of the game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But this is a post-game challenge. It's meant for.
I don't think they ever got up to 1 million sales.
So I'm curious if you have any pointers on as far as how to tackle.
Well, that's unfortunate.
As an action game, I think a lot of people want that sort of next level challenge.
I think this is them trying to make it up to them by giving them another release.
High speed. But we also have difficulties. We have an easy mode for people who want to experience what that's like, but maybe are not.
Well, I can totally see them doing a full physical release at some point.
Normal mode as well, and then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets. And after every wave of enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrade.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I've never finished it, so I never got to unlock the Rhythm Tower mode, but still.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chonky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so by playing in the 2 modes, you unlock these rewards through these challenges that are connected to these 2 modes. And in those rewards are things like accessories for Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well. Things like new filters. We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then, in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the characters would look like if maybe this game took place in a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like that.
Steampunk, I'm guessing?
Fun-looking stuff in there, so...
Well, thank you again so much for coming out all the way.
Yeah, well, it's gotta be steampunk, because how would you get away with a robot arm in, say, the Stone Age?
Now it's time for us to return to the second era of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls Online.
That might be hard.
ZeniMax Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necron expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
Please no.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Xbox Showcase. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb, I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, by the way,
One of the
did
really
you
interesting
hear that
things about Elder Scrolls Online is it's different.
Todd
than really
Howard
any
made
other
some
game
more
out there.
comments
It's not
about
your typical
Starfield?
level-gated
That he confirmed it being 30
Bethesda in general?
They confirmed it being 30 FPS.
Hop in at any moment, play with
Well,
anybody.
he
can play any
confirmed
part of the
that
game.
their target, at least, on console.
And of course,
at,
I mean, we're on Xbox Game Pass.
4K
You know,
was
the
30
biggest
FPS.
open world RPG.
I just wish they would just let us have the performance mode.
You can go places that you maybe have never gone before.
Apparently, it was getting much higher at times,
so many different
but
activities
they
to
couldn't get it
participate
to be
in.
steady at 60
You've got lore hunting and
on
antiquities,
at
right?
4K.
There's the dungeons and the trials.
And I can
you can,
understand
of course,
that.
always revisit lands that
Like,
you've been to before.
I would-
4K is very high res.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind having the option to scale it down to 1440p at 60 FPS.
But don't worry that you're ever not going to have something to do, because there are adventures
I mean,
everywhere.
I'm pretty sure you could play it on a lower res display and get good performance.
Necrom?
But
Hermaeus Mora? Yeah. What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge.
Like I'm just saying it because not everybody wants to be playing at 4K. Like if they could just get the frame rate.
And what you kind of see in the trailer.
Oh, I know.
is
I mean,
Mora kind of
all my screens are
always looking over and watching
1440p
what's coming
or
on.
widescreen 1080.
Yeah.
I don't have a 4K display to even see stuff on.
Yeah. Plus my capture card if I were to stream the game only goes up to 1080p.
For everything made out of books.
I actually have a 4K capture card, so I could do 4K 60.
Right? Because when we go back to
Nice.
areas that people who play Elder Scrolls games have played, they know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home, right? But we have the chance to add a little into the mix.
If I were gonna add a console in there, I couldn't do
Cool,
that.
unique monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go.
I need
for new
2
monsters in the
capture
zone.
cards.
We were looking at making a creature that would kind of freeze you in terror as soon as you saw it, and a creature that has a deeper connection to the overall story of the zone.
We've also got the Tavani Peninsula, kind of the Morrowind vibe.
It's always fun to go back to this part of Tamriel because it's one of the most imaginative and sort of like visually expressive things that has ever been created for an Elder Scrolls world. And then, of course, Necrom City itself.
This ancient city that, is rumored to have been built, even before the Tribunal was even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And you guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hermaeus.
Okay, I gotta admit, it does look kind of cool.
Make something that didn't feel.
But would I dedicate my life to another MMO? I don't know.
We've been talking about sounds amazing.
I've heard
When do we actually get to play it?
it has
Necrom
interesting
launches
aspects,
on Xbox
but
June 20th. And we can't wait for everybody to get in there and
it's
see
not
this amazing content that we've
like
created.
as compelling as say 14 is.
For watching us
Yeah.
for the showcase.
Only thing this has over 14 is that I don't need a subscription to play it.
We'll see you in Tamriel.
I don't know how that works anymore. At least with
Yeah.
him.
ESO has a subscription thing, but only for accessing DLs or some of the smaller DLC packs. Phasmo on Xbox? How's that gonna work then?
That's a lot of words.
I saw trophies that's also gonna come to PlayStation.
IBS World News.
I've only played twice, so.
番組をご覧の皆様、
Oh, and we're
こんにちは。
back to Exo Primal.
エグゾプライマルディレクターの平岡です。まずはじめに、3月に開催しました第1回オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイターの皆様にご参加いただきました。アンケートや SNS を通じてたくさんのフィードバックをいただいております。今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。
Yeah, you can keep your live service, Capcom.
ご覧いただけましたでしょうか。その中で発表しましたが、
I am so fucking tired of live service being the only thing that's coming out now.
ここからは番組をご覧の皆様に
Well, they want
新情報を紹介し
continuous
ます。
money.
まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる特別なミッションに5人で挑む世界中のファイターとクリアタイムを競うというモードになっています。ディノサバイバルとは違い、出現する恐竜やフィールドが遊ぶたびには変化せず、全世界のプレイヤーが同じ内容のミッションに挑みます。今回は恐竜が出現する位置に
I like how every player's name is Capcom Alpha and a number.
出現してきたらこのようにスカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆、一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。何やら次のミッションに備えてエグゾスーツを着替えているようですね。なるほど、スナイパーネオ層が離れた位置に多く出現するのでビジラントに着替えたようですね。フレームネオ層も出現するのでクロストロックで動きを止めて集中攻撃の
You know, to think that 10 years ago, Capcom were being dragged through the mud for very different reasons.
ブレードで仕留めしてから倒す作戦のようです。
Very true.
道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。
Like hell, people were mad that the showcase yesterday didn't even have anything for Resident Evil 8. Or was it 4? Like something to do with some DLC that's coming that was apparently data mined.
I don't know. I don't know the details. Hey Vic. And it's a little bit different than EDF. So I still really want to play EDF with someone.
Oh, okay. I just had the tweet pop up again, and it is coming to Phasma is coming to PlayStation in VR too. Oh dear.
敵との距離に応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファ、エナジーチャクラン、バラージュアルファ、ロケットホップ、ビジラントアルファ、マークスマン、ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスシールド、村雨アルファ、フロストブレイブ、クリーガーアルファ、チャージショットガン、リッチドクターアルファ、デュアリティビーム、スカイウェーブアルファ、サンダークラップ、ニンバスアルファ、ダブルバレー。
Oh great! All the Reaper mains can be happy.
Oh really?
定期的にアップデートを行っていきます。シーズンごとに新たなゲームコンテンツを追加していきますのでご期待ください。
Yeah.
本日はありがとうございました。それではウォーゲームでお会いしましょう。レッツマッシブ。
Yeah, they have said, Vic, that there's going to be a lot of variants.
It's great to see the dedication from the team at Capcom and how they're building Exoprimal in
a fairly limited number of base ones, and then you get like variants.
We'd never otherwise experience. We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future, explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical abilities. That is why it is both an absolute imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program, to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging
Sorry, did she just say
launched
DAB?
incredible games,
What's DAP?
like A Space for the Unbound.
I'm pretty sure it was
Validate,
DAP.
And Hoa.
Okay.
And there are many, many more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
Yes, DAP. Okay.
I'm sorry, is that a drag queen fighting game?
Apparently.
I think we just found that game of the
Flying
year.
Heroes.
I think we just found that game of the year.
Islands of the Winds. Oh, I think I've seen that before. And then that trippy horror game.
Some of those do look kind of cool.
I got a call from my good friend Jörg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He told me about this once-in-a-lifetime, out-of-this-world opportunity. So I'm here in Budapest, the capital
Does
of
this
Hungary.
footage look too dim to you, too?
Let's go find him. Jörg!
Yeah.
Hey, Paris. It's great to see you. Yeah, great to see you. Thanks for coming to Budapest. Of course. What am I doing here? I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch. A boat? Yep. We don't have a plane? Nope. Come on, Paris. This place? What kind of aircraft are you storing in here? Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this? You know
If this is the Doom thing again, I'll leave it to you.
I'm pretty sure this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yep.
Did I seriously just call it?
Welcome to the world of Dune. This is incredible. Come on, I want you to meet someone.
These are the models for the movie.
How are you, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you.
God damn it.
To introduce Patrice Vermette.
I need to stop being so cynical when it comes to calling things.
It is very nice to meet you.
They finally fixed their color balance.
Patrice,
how nice.
Tell me, what is this place?
Well, this is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props and the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Now, Jörg, how did all this get started? So it goes back to November 2021.
Wait, Part 2?
And we got a call from Legendary.
Yes.
And
so it's not even a full sequel. It's not even a full sequel. Oh no, we're doing it again, aren't we? We're going back to the trend where seemingly all the book movies are getting cut in half.
The trailer at the Xbox showcase.
Well, there's, I mean,
You guys want to take a look?
Dune
Because
is
we
like
actually do have a couple of
1,500
ornithopters
pages.
here if you want to see. You want
So,
to take a look?
Oh.
Be awesome.
Putting that in one movie is kind of hard.
For once, a book to movie adaptation that justifies its part 2.
It's a one-on-one real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Sure, thank you. Denis likes things to be plausible, so that's why.
I mean, even The Hobbit is pretty darn big.
Rugged,
and probably should have been
Now, here's the
2
most important
movies.
question. Were they built
But
to fly?
probably not 3.
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't
Yes,
fly. They
I
are
agree,
heavy.
Vic.
They're 11 tons.
Very thick.
So Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can
You gotta
fly,
admit though,
do fly.
the jackets
This
do look
particular
kind of
one,
cool.
Given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit
Yes.
harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades. And we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible. And in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely.
Oh, hell, that would be fun.
Normally would go in through the.
Again, I'll leave this one to you. You're the one that's fangirling over Dune.
Yeah, so what's cool about this is that all those buttons are actually realistically
Hey,
hooked up to the
hey,
system.
you would
Master engine
too,
switch, what you're doing
if
there
you
above those,
had a
the red,
history with
are
it.
basically all
So.
the lights.
And as you notice,
That's
it's
true.
all analog
That's
because
true.
in the world of Dune, there's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits,
Yeah.
everything is going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the
Very true,
1960s.
Vic.
So Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each
Oh,
blade
wow.
has its own lift and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to
Okay,
see a little bit
I
more about the game,
have to admit,
I have something for you.
that thing does look cool. It's like a dragonfly.
The setup for this
Yes.
expansion is that
Ornithopters
you
are
a trainees
cool.
pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here is what we built. We basically built this section of
Damn it!
Arrakis.
Now you got me wanting to look
Here's
at
capital
checking
city
out the
of
movie.
Arrakis.
The
Here's a
movie is
botanical
good.
garden, we have that as well.
I really want part
And
2,
the
which is
first thing
coming
we
very
do is we
soon.
train you up.
Very soon.
The fast takeoff,
Yeah,
fast
just
landing,
don't have me read the
dive,
book.
And then we take you to some
It's
of
also
the
got
extreme
Zendaya
locations,
in it.
like the bottom of
So.
the cliff,
Oh, cool.
the rock, the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret
Yeah,
mission,
again,
which I
don't have me
can't
read
talk
the
about today,
books.
but that basically wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting.
Even
And
I
it's great to
find
see you
the
again.
original Dune a little thick as a book.
Thank you for thinking.
I'm just not a book person.
All right, Jorg. Where to
Like,
next?
at all.
Well, I don't know what they eat on Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
Metroid, but isometric?
And very fast paced.
Ah, damn, that looks cool.
I'll leave that to you.
Haha.
I'm not sure I can keep up with that.
Very funny.
Lies of P is a thrilling Souls-like.
Nope.
The story of Pinocchio.
Absolutely nope.
And sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle
I've
Époque
heard
era.
people say a lot of good stuff about it, but I don't know. It doesn't really interest me.
We meet. You are awakened by a mysterious voice.
Can you hear me?
Unfortunately, Vic, I think we're stuck with Souls-likes.
To face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites, and choose whether to confront predicaments with the truth or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. You are able to create your own weapons.
Yeah, you'll have to pay me to play this. Because I am not putting myself through any of these Souls-likes. Or even the actual Souls.
I don't do well at them, so
Fable Arts.
not for me
Fable Arts
either.
is a special combat skill that can be casted by consuming Fable slots. Fable slots can be charged again through combat. Select your own special skills to vanquish your enemies. The Legion arm is a prosthetic on P's left arm. The Legion arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion gauge, providing you an eclectic
You
combat
need
experience.
multiple special systems.
So, puppets are all there are? I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of monsters, puppets only being one of them. You're not quite done yet. Bone-chilling bosses await you. If a boss seems too intimidating, you might want to get help from a specter. In boss matches, you can summon a specter that will assist you in battle.
Wow, they
With a
really
bit of
just
help,
took
you will be able to
everything
defeat
from the
bosses
Souls
with more
games.
ease. The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character. Use
Demon
cores to
Souls was the
optimize
biggest
P's
mistake of the industry.
Within the P organ, you can select which slots to unlock depending on your preference.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh at P organ.
There will be times when you
What's
will
so
be
fun about
confronted with
Porgan?
choices where you can give comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
To me, it sounds like organ P comes from, which,
Carve your own path.
Ah, okay.
Meet Liza P on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Game Pass. Coming to you this September 19th.
I think those are the same thing, Vic.
At the heart of Hellblade is our ambition to sink you into
Oh, here we go.
and story. To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
Yes. You do really good at that.
What I want to achieve on stage is to get the best performance and best storytelling from the actors, and then to
And the steam crashed
get
for me.
that into
God
the
damn
game
it.
as
Oh, no.
quickly as possible. I want to see what I saw on stage in the game.
It's time to find out. Why are they watching?
It's time to find. When we were shooting the scene from the Xbox showcase, it was quite a somber mood on set, because that was one of our moments in the game. A spark of hope, that strength that she has in order to continue on.
Everything I've done has led me to this place.
We've come so far.
While this scene is relatively simple, the scale and complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
We shot the first Hellblade in the boardroom of our old studio. It was very MacGyvered together. In the new studio, we have a custom-built mocap space, which has pretty much everything we could have dreamed of.
Yeah,
We've
looks
got
like I'll have
projectors, so we can
to
recreate sets on the ground if we need to.
stitch them
We've got
together
loads of
after the
props
stream's
that we
done.
have
God
available
damn
to
it.
us at any time, so we can build sets.
I remember coming in to interview and seeing the setup down there, and immediately being impressed
Tech
by
Ninja.
the clear commitment that had been made to
Yes, Tech Ninja. That's a nice moniker to have.
Data. So we've got a lot
I
more
want that
cameras
title.
this time around. They're kind of top of the line at the moment. And in the kind of space that we have downstairs, we have nearly wall-to-wall coverage, which is really impressive and is not something that is common. It's certainly a step up from a few cameras set up in a boardroom.
With our setup, we can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our actors' performances as possible into the game, even down to the most nuanced of movements.
So when you've got a optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the millimeter. So we can see somebody shuffling their finger along the table or just wiggling them very gently. You can see hesitation and breath. You know, there's no need to push the action and over.
I can't help but imagine how bright that has to be. Like how hard it's gotta be to see with that big green light in your face.
And that's why we go to these lengths, just to try to get that extra fidelity of performance.
I don't even have any clue.
What do you want me to do?
With performance capture being at the heart of our character movement, our props and staging have
I know
to
I couldn't
facilitate
do
our
it.
vision.
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is going to be a boat in the game. That boat will have several characters on board. We wanted to be able to capture the motion of a boat across multiple characters simultaneously, and we, for the first time, had the space to be able to construct a proper rig for this. So we had a platform which could be moved in any number of ways to create that kind of pitch and yaw and roll that you would get on the ocean. And we got our actors up onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from it. Really, really amazing. The most important part of my role is to make sure that story gets told, and having these wonderful actors we're working with bring their talents to bear on these characters has been such an amazing experience.
They did an impressive amount of work in the first one, so.
And with all the upgrade setup, it's gotta be even better than that.
Here we go. Let's roll that video.
One hopes.
Obrigado.
Yeah, I don't think I want a gear on you.
Sorry?
FanFest Melbourne at playing awesome games and having
The
a great time.
tattoos. They were giving out tattoos.
Oh yeah.
There's so much going on here tonight.
Imagine that a few years ago, this could have been. Well, this could have been pushing the Nokia phones.
Xbox in my life. Just wandering around, I've been talking to people, and everybody is so excited about what's to come.
We
really put a lot of emphasis on empowering creative risk. And then there's so much excitement for what we're going to be able to deliver going into 2024, and even games in 2024 that we haven't talked about yet. So our mission, our strategy is to bring the joy of gaming to everybody, no matter where they want to play, how they want to play. And I just feel, you know, a real responsibility, a real privilege, excitement that we get to be the ones to build those games that are going to be at the center of no matter what we do.
Yeah, you don't have a fan fest anywhere near me.
I'm Sebastian, and I'm the community manager.
Yeah, and I live in the part of the UK that's considered a jungle, which is to say anywhere that's not London.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we should continue building up the base we started yesterday. We'll need more resources and it'll be faster if we work together to collect them. Can two of you work on that?
Yeah, let's go. Go.
Hey, that purple mech looks great.
Thanks. It's my
I
favorite
think
color.
they showed this off last year.
The farm looks pretty good with all the grown
I
crops.
think so.
Yeah, no, right? I'm looking forward to making the farm even bigger.
I'm gonna work on making our home look a little bit better, and then I'll come down and help you out.
Great. I'll see you in a bit then.
What do you want to focus on gathering, you think?
I can get wood to start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'll get some stone also then. That should cover a lot of what we need for crafting and building.
That looked funny.
Once we've finished, let's head back and help with the buildings.
Resupply to the rescue!
How's it going up there?
I think I've got
Oh,
a good
cool!
idea.
We can make a cozy little village using mechs.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
I know, right?
Oof. But I think that looks good.
Can't wait to see it.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both drill.
Let's work together and see what else we can find here. After we bring this back, I'll take a look in some other regions to see what materials they have.
I'm done up here, so I'll come join you.
Oh, my inventory is getting full from this harvest. I think we should build some, like, silos or crates to store it all.
Yeah, we should probably build a fence around those two as well, so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea. Let's get on it.
Here we go. I'll help with the silos next.
Yo, anyone need materials? Cause we got a ton of stuff.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Do you want us to start helping you build?
Yes, please, please, please.
All on it.
What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
I'm almost done with the fences here.
Hey, everyone! I was going for more materials and I found some ruins over there.
Really?
Jump in your mechs and come see this.
Oh, wow, what is this? Oh, look at that.
This is so cool.
That door is huge. Wow.
I wonder what's inside, though.
Tomorrow we should totally find a way to open this. Let's head back to the base and see.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got another look at this. Would be a nice co-op building game.
I mean, we have been missing on a co-op one.
Yeah.
Do.
Yes.
I want to be a kitty.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Of course. Being adorable and being able to do whatever you want anytime you want.
It's almost as if signing up to try and win that month of Game Pass from PC Gamer is worth it. Well, if it's a day one release anyway, or if it's gonna be a stealth drop on Game Pass like right now. Aww.
I really want to play Wandering Village at some point.
Yes. Like, it may not be a turtle airship, but it's still a turtle village.
Sort of.
Every year in our showcase, there's one game that kind of pops for me, something I'm very interested in. This year, we got to announce 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus. And I'm here now with Stefan and Will to walk through a demo of the game, which I've never played before. First time. We have 33 people online, incredibly excited about this. So we're going to jump in.
Wow, you're actually
33
talking about
Immortals
how
is
many
a
people you
co-op
can have
action
max
roguelike
when you
for
say
33 players.
33
You play
Immortals.
a damned soul must
Yeah.
rebel against God's final judgment. So there are 3 of
That
us
is
here
a very
today
big
on stage,
game.
3 upstairs, and 27 people joining us from Montreal in the studio. Hi, everyone.
I'll be right back.
We are
I
ready.
need a drink.
That's us. Everybody's spawning in.
That's us.
This is 33-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not a normal number of characters for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
How did you come up with 33 players?
We were searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen.
Yeah.
We stay together on the screen, so 33 felt good. 32 felt good. But as the game is inspired by the Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so we say, oh,
MMO raid scaled up.
33 Immortals.
Man, I love
I don't
what you
know
said,
many
Will,
raids
that
for
when you guys
33
started this
people.
game, there weren't even 33 people at the studio, so you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
It's just such an awesome point.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you're trying to do that.
I love it.
Okay, so no 2 runs are the same. We're actually spawning in a different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually, in Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make
Torture
the game progress.
chambers.
Okay.
I has returned.
We are located at the
No, it looks like foodstuffs are not far
so
from
the
done,
closest
so...
torture chambers
Yeah.
is to the east.
Okay.
So let's go there.
Got it.
Okay, let's continue down.
We came back
south,
for torture
toward
chambers.
the first,
Oh, the best kind of thing to come back to then.
This one, I have a good feeling for it.
The soundtrack, what's going on? The music's kind of cool.
Thank you. This is Max LL, who's actually done the music on all of our games.
Yeah, Vic, there aren't very many.
And you're in Montreal.
We are in Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios in Compulsion.
Yes.
Also in Showcase.
Yes.
I love the community
I think
of game creators in
FF14
Montreal.
did like
Absolutely.
12 names.
It's always important to be
Sorry?
well surrounded and all that. So
We didn't talk about your first game,
Vic,
Spiritfarer.
yeah,
I loved. I thought it was fantastic.
we, well, Vic and me, we're talking about how
Now, as you
33
can see,
players
this
is
is
like
not Spiritfarer.
Oh.
an MMO
How do
raid
you think
as a
about that
game.
from a studio
Yeah,
standpoint, having such
14 did
I would say they're
did about
style-based games, but
Yeah,
outside of
it
that,
did
very different
about
We're not worried
24
about,
players.
genre. Our goal is really to just try and make unique.
Well,
immersive,
that's for
creative
PvE
experiences that
content.
players love and that they want to play
For PvP, that's a lot more.
Yeah.
This guy who's
I don't technically
getting out of my
remember.
comfort zone sometimes.
It's been a while since I last played.
What do we do?
So we
Yeah.
have completed a torture chamber.
I
So
think it's
yeah,
about...
actually
yeah, I
first
think
I got left
it's...
behind. That's what you're saying.
defying God, yeah.
Oh, they're back on
70,
us.
well, 72
Well, we're
players.
gonna face the wrath of God.
Careful.
Oh
no.
Dash, dash.
Run away.
Oh, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, yeah,
like
for the
zero health.
PvP content, like on the in the
torture-
larger
Oh, I
modes
gotta get out of
anyway.
here.
Where are you?
Well, why weren't they in the torture chamber trying to help us?
Okay.
Okay, these range.
God is getting angry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're getting hammered right now. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, here's a guy. Can you revive me? Revive me.
Yeah. Just stop moving. That's good. One up.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up.
Okay. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh no. Oh, run. Oh, this is the holy fire.
What is this?
Oh, one
holy fire.
One nose.
Now we're in holy fire?
The wrath of God.
Okay, I'm ahead of it.
Okay, so we unlock the Ascension battle. So that's the last battle.
Here, can we
before
get this? Can people jump in my heels?
Yeah. I'm in. Oh.
I tried to do the heal. Don't mind me, the wandering soul.
Save me, please.
I'm like a zombie.
Maybe someone.
Did I mention I'd never played before?
Oh no, I died too. Oh my.
Oh.
Okay, hopefully the team can carry us.
We are not alone.
There's a lot of enemies in this small space.
Gonna try to not move.
Okay.
Don't move, and hopefully someone is going to be able to revive you. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm up.
I'm in. Okay.
Back.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is the last step.
I think it's my last.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We did it?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've
Right.
ascended.
This I'll have to keep an eye out for
That
then.
was first chapter of first book. Is that how I should think about it?
Yeah.
Book.
It's the first
chapter.
world. So it's Inferno.
Yeah.
Each region has its whole big set of challenges and everything.
And this is all on the map.
And its final boss fight.
That's what this is. Well, since we've basically come through unscathed so far, this should be easy.
Sure. Easy peasy.
That's gonna be fun.
You saved us from having to kill the final boss.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a bit of a tease.
I like it. Well, best of luck to you and the team and everything that's going on. Can't wait for this game to come out. I won't ask for the date because I know that's unfair. But it was great to have in the show and great for you to come down and we got the opportunity to play. So thank you for that.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for watching Showcase Extended. I love these opportunities to show more about everything that you saw
There was
in
some good
the
stuff here.
showcase itself. Thanks to everybody that supported us and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, that was short and sweet then. So, nice.
Yeah, just a little over an hour.
Yeah, just under 90 minutes. Heh.
So, I have decided I'm gonna cover the Ryu
Just say the Yakuza show. Sorry, the Like a Dragon show. Sega wants us to use that name instead of Yakuza, even though Yakuza is even cooler.
Well, I mean, they don't have as many Yakuza in it anymore, so it's kind of hard to call it Yakuza. Besides, in Japan it was always Like a Dragon, so...
Yeah.
The Yakuza part was just the design they decided to bring to the English-speaking market, so...
Yeah. Well...
But yeah, that's on Thursday, so
yeah.
I think that's the last one I'm gonna do.
I personally won't be covering it. I'm just glad that Summer Game Fest is now over for me, and I can go back to my normal schedule starting tomorrow.
Well, I'm gonna try to cover it.
I'm gonna do something a little different for the normal stream time tomorrow and Friday, where I'm gonna be playing a bunch of demos for indie games that caught my eye during Summer Game Fest.
Vic, Grasshopper Direct is another developer. I know nothing about them.
Yeah. Anyway,
Grasshopper manufacturer.
Anyway, I've already got someone who I want to go send a web to, so let me go ahead and end the recording.